So here's my next build. It's a mix of two builds. I'm trying to mix a flame golemancer and ice golemancer with like a tweak between both of them. So there is a good guide on the flame golemancer that goes through elementalist, necro, and all the things with the golemancer. And then at the end of this guide, they talk about the new staff. If I find it, which is, let me just show you the pledge staff. So if I go to POE pledge, which this staff gives level 30 Great Tail spell echo, which is basically the same thing as a spell echo, but instead of 2 it does it 3 times. So what I'm trying to do here is basically, let me show you my tree. So I'm going Elementalist. I only take these two. You don't need to do the rest of them because in my version I'm not trying to use EE, Elemental Equilibrium. I'm not trying to do any damage, cast anything, do anything. All I want to do is pure minion. So what I did is, and I'm life based. So what I'm doing is I have MOM, Mind Over Matter, and I'm taking life and mana notes, and basically the all the jewels that I can find. And in the jewels, I'm using this Anima Stone that gives me basically two golems. I'm using this might that makes my minions to be a little bit more aggressive. That means that they can go further from my character. They shoot further out. And then and after these two, you need one of each. And then I just stack Harmony, which gives me more damage per number of golems that I have. And the more important one is the golem have less cooldown recovery and cooldown recovery speed, so they can shoot much faster. So stacking this would make the DPS of the golems go up a lot by a lot. And so my defense is Mind Over Matter and acrobatic, and the phase acrobatic. So I have a lot. So if you look, I basically have around 4k life here, and everything that I have here is also life. So usually what you want is, since this is 30%, let's say it's 33%, you want your mana to be 1/3 of your life. So you use all your mana as Mind Over Matter, but that's not the case for me. I'm around, like, let's say 390. That's around like 1300 of the damage that I take would be used as a mana. So you just add 1300 on top of my life total, I would be around 4 or 5k life with acrobatic, which is also 40%. Let me show you. If I go to my defense, I have 40% attack dodge and 30% spell dodge, which is very good. So let me show you how it works. So and my gear is basically this. I have to 6-link it. I haven't 6-linked it yet. I have this Primedio that gives me another 3 golems. I had 2 golems from the jewel, that's 5 golems, and I get another 2 golems from the from my ascendancy, and you can cast 1 golem by default, so that's 8 golem total. So I have my flame golem here. If you see, I have flame golem. I have the other thing I wanted to mention is that these harmony jewels and anima stone, like these jewels used to be very expensive. This jewel used to be like more than 1 exalt. The harmony used to be around like 40 or 20 something C before. Now they are like 7 C. This one was like 20 C, so it's very cheap right now. It used to be a very expensive build. Now, since everybody playing melee, it's very cheap to do, much cheaper to do. It's not still a cheap build, but it's much cheaper to do. And then here I have I have flame golem, greater multiple control destruction, minion damage, and elemental focus. Here I have summon ice golem and summon lightning golem, so all my golems are 5 links. Greater multiple, minion damage, empower, and elemental focus. So I just put empower because this is the chest I had. I didn't want to buy a new chest. You can change this and use elemental focus or control destruction if you want another one. It's not a big deal. The thing is, like, everything that there's a lot of damage that happens. And here I have a +3 levels socket minion, and I put my stone golem and chaos golem. It's kind of important to have a plus minion helmet for these, or like using power for these two, because they are most of my elemental golems are immune to elemental damage, but these two are not. So the higher level they are, the more life they have, and I just link it with minion elemental resistance to give them a little bit of elemental resistance and minion damage. If you find them dying a lot, you can switch the minion damage with minion life, because you just want them to be counted as different kind of golem to give you more damage on your flame golem and elemental golem. And I'm using this ring to just be able to use haste without basically reserving mana, so I can use my mana as a life pool as a defense. Anyway, so let me show you how it works. And you see, when I do one flame golem, it casts 3 because of the greater multiple. Okay, and then I have this guy also, the phase run. So let me show you a T12. And the other good thing about this is you can run any kind of map. Since I'm not casting anything, I don't care about reflect, I don't care about life region, I don't care about anything. I just and then I have phase run. If you use your phase run, you don't even need almost every 4 seconds I have my phase run. I'm just spamming my phase run, and then you basically don't need anything else to run faster. You just run around and everything dies. And the good thing about phase run is it makes you run through the enemies, and then sometimes you have to run a bit further to basically respawn your golem. I'm not using convocation to resummon my golem. I just walk a bit further and they just get summoned next to me. And since I'm having the phase run, it's not it's not that dangerous to go head into the minions. And usually, like, I'm just going back to show you, but usually you don't need to go back. You just walk and everything dies, unless you have a rare or this. So here I have elemental weakness. You see, this map has elemental weakness, but I don't care. All you have to do is to just walk around to make sure that you don't get targeted. Oh, another thing is, like, this is kind of must-have, and I'm using the hybrid to both get mana and life. And the life regen is ridiculous because I have my golem that gives me life regen. I also have buffs from ascendancy that add more buffs to my golem's buff. Basically makes the golem buffs to be stronger. You see, sometimes the damage is not that good because it's targeting a lot of shit. I have to kill everything. But overall, it's very safe. You see, like, I take a shot and then I just heal back up. My minion don't die. I barely take any damage. It's very safe. It's like you can make this with a lot more DPS if you take the minion node and you take, for example, necromancy, ascendancy, or you use different items instead that gives you more minion damage. But I just wanted to be the safest build that I don't die and can just walk around. So this is basically, you just walk around and you barely, like, something happens that you die. Most of the time I die to my mistake, or like something was being casted on my golems and I just walk into it. And I can die to one shot and that's it. Usually if there is a couple of shots, I heal back up. I don't die to. It clears the trash pretty fast, and well, let me show you the boss fight as I'm getting close to the boss. And the other thing is, like, since my golem shoots a lot of magma balls, if the boss is a huge boss and stationary, because my golems are locked into doing 3 attacks at a time. So if the boss moves around, it won't be as good as a big boss that doesn't move around, like this guy. And like all the balls hit him. You see? Instant phasing, which is fantastic. So I just stand in the middle, and then instant phasing. Like he just came in and he moved out. So that's the thing, like for big bosses, like this is so much DPS. And is that
too much clutter?
anyway, I hope you guys like it. Bye for now.